for today. No more NBA playoffs and no more NHL playoffs. Now all we have is MLB baseball for the next 2 days, and obviously we have the World Cup. So I'm going to be going live in the mornings or the night before to break down these World Cup games because this is the only sport we're going to have for a while until NFL football starts. So we might actually talk about some WNBA soon. I don't know. I'm thinking about doing WNBA because trying to get some more content out here. And I know a lot about the WNBA. I'm not one of these guys that just like, oh, you know what? I'm just gonna talk about games because I don't really know much. I actually follow the women's a lot. I keep up with their games. I think a lot of them are some hoopers out there. I actually like the women's basketball games. A lot of people talk trash about women's basketball, but the one thing about women's basketball, they play very good fundamental basketball and they are very physical, a lot more physical than the men, and they play a lot more better fundamental basketball than the men do as well because they don't have the athleticism to keep up as much as the men do. So I'm gonna have more content coming up for you guys today. We're gonna only have baseball bets out today on my Patreon. If you guys are here for the first time, make sure you guys click that thumbs up. Make sure you guys subscribe to the page. Turn those notifications on. Do not miss out, guys. We are 10 subscribers away from hitting 1,000 subscribers. So everybody, go click that subscribe button if you haven't yet, and make sure you guys click that thumbs up as well. All that helps me generate more people in my videos. So I really appreciate it. So like I said, on our Patreon page, guys, I'm only gonna have baseball out today. I didn't bet any World Cup today. I felt too many of the games were very volatile, and there's too much validity in the game, so I kind of stayed away from it because I had a feeling. I don't know why. I woke up this morning and I had a feeling to stay away. Like, look, I wanted to take Belgium money line. Belgium tied 1-1 with Egypt. I wanted to take Spain to win the game in over 3.5 goals, and that game ended 0-0. The other two spots I was looking at for today is I was looking at Uruguay to win the game in under 4.5 goals. I wanted to take that game starting right now, but I stayed away from that one. I was also looking at both teams to score in Iran and New Zealand. So those are the bets I wanted to take, but I ended up passing on them all myself. So that's why I didn't do a live for the World Cup. But like I said, guys, click the thumbs up, subscribe, turn those notifications on, and go become a member of the Patreon page, guys. We have members growing every single day. All my plays are up there. We were up 70 units in the past. 70 units in the past 4 months. I got to do my calculations for yesterday. I know we lost a 3 unit play on the UFC because it came down to Ilya Taporia. Taporia ended up losing our parlay, our 3 leg parlay for 3 units. And then we hit our Cyril Gone money line yesterday. And overall for NASCAR was a positive day. For the World Cup was a positive day yesterday. So I believe we ended the day positive yesterday. I just got to double check it. But make sure you guys click the thumbs up and everybody subscribe. Let's go over baseball because, like I said, it's only baseball on for now. I might talk about WNBA. We'll talk about the World Cup later on tonight for tomorrow's games. But make sure you guys click that thumbs up and subscribe. We're 10 subscriptions away from 1,000. So click the thumbs up and subscribe, everybody. All right, let's start, guys. Miami taking on Philadelphia today. Ryan Gusto on the mound for Miami, 0-1 with a 6 even ERA. Zach Wheeler on the mound for Philadelphia, 5-1 with a 2.22 ERA. Guys, Philadelphia Phillies are starting to pick it up a lot. They were on like 10 games under 500. Now Philadelphia started winning a lot of games recently. Miami is even on 36-36 right now. Zach Wheeler being on the mound for Philadelphia, he is the best pitcher for Philadelphia. 2.22 ERA and 5-1 record. And the lineup for Philadelphia is starting to pick up. The one thing that kind of scares me about Philadelphia is that the bottom of the lineup hasn't been producing a lot. With Crawford, Racones, Emando Sosa, and Romuto. These guys have not been playing a lot, playing well recently. But Philadelphia's top of the lineup is where they make their money at. Kyle Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper, Marsh, Bryson Scott. Their top of the lineup has where they've been keep making their money and actually scoring a lot of runs. And the one thing I do think today is I think Philadelphia wins the game today, just behind Zach Wheeler. I think Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper are going to have some good games against Ryan Gusto because Ryan Gusto's been having a horrible season so far. And I do believe that they're going to be able to put up some runs. And I don't know if Miami's going to be able to score runs in Philadelphia against the Phillies. The only spot I see for Miami today is maybe over 1.5 total bases for Otto Lopez. Otto Lopez has a 500 average when he goes against Zach Wheeler, but everybody else on the lineup for Miami doesn't have a good game against Zach. I mean, have his history against Zach Wheeler. Otto Lopez is the only person that has a good game against Zach Wheeler, so I do like Philadelphia to win today. Minus 198. They're honestly favorites for a reason because they have the better pitcher and overall the better team. Next game, Kansas City Royals taking on Washington Nationals. Mitch Spence pitching for the Kansas City Royals. 0-0 with a 13.50 ERA. Andrew Alvarez on the mound for the Washington Nationals today. 1-0 with a 3.70 ERA. I've been telling you guys the Washington Nationals are the best team to play overs with because they've given up the most runs in baseball because they don't have a good bullpen, and they've also scored the most runs in baseball. I think they're second now. I think their Dodgers have picked it up scoring runs, and their Dodgers are number one now, and the Nationals are number two. But still today, I don't like taking overs on Kansas City Royals games. But the one spot I do like today is I do like Washington Nationals over on their team total today. The line is set at 9.5, and Washington are the favorites with the winds blowing at 11 miles per hour out of the stadium. I appreciate you, Thomas. I appreciate you. Thomas is our new moderator, guys. I set this dude up as a moderator because this dude is always doing great things for his page. I appreciate him a lot. But yeah, I like the Nationals over on the team total today. I think a Nationals smack around Kansas City, especially Mitch Spence, with Kansas City is having a bullpen start, I believe, today. And I do believe they're not gonna have a good game against Washington. I think that Washington Nationals are gonna put up a lot of runs. I see Washington scoring about 6 or 7 runs themselves today. Nationals bats have been hot recently. Great young teams, a lot of great bats over there. So I think Nationals team total is a good spot for today. Tea time moderator, exactly. Thomas, the tea time moderator. Mets taking on Cincinnati. Tobias Myers pitching for the New York Mets, 0-1 with a 4.05 ERA. Chase Burns on the mound for the Reds, 7-1 with a 2.14 ERA. Guys, everybody that's here, make sure you guys click that thumbs up and everybody subscribe. If you guys have not subscribed yet, click that thumbs up as well. We're going over baseball, only baseball today because NBA and hockey is going to be over, and we're going to talk about the World Cup and some baseball. Maybe start adding some WNBA content. But guys, you never want to bet against Cincinnati with Chase Burns on the mound. Chase Burns is lighting up on the mound, 7-1 with a 2.14 ERA. The line is completely off though. Cincinnati's only a minus 135 favorite, and I kind of scares me off a little bit just because I think Cincinnati should be like a minus 190, minus 200 in this spot. But I guess because the Mets bats have been heating up recently, that the bookies are kind of showing some respect to them. But still, I do believe Cincinnati wins today because Chase Burns is, you never want to bet against Cincinnati when Chase Burns is on the mound. So I think Cincinnati wins today. Next game, San Diego Padres taking on the St. Louis Cardinals. Luis Giolito pitching for San Diego 2-1 with the 4.35. It says Prim, so that means we're gonna get a bullpen start for San Diego. Dustin May on the mound for Cardinals, 4-6 with a 4.21 ERA. Guys, I don't see anything I want to bet in that game, so I personally pass on it. I'm leaning towards a San Diego win, but I would just pass on it. I would not bet that game. Minnesota taking on Texas. Mike Pradas pitching for Minnesota, 0-0 with a 4.35 ERA. Mackenzie Gore pitching for Texas today, 4-5 with a 4.18 ERA. No Corey Seager in the lineup for Texas today, so I would probably pass on that one. I don't see a good spot in this game. The line is set at over 8.5. I think Texas probably scores a lot of runs today, but I don't want to bet it. But I do think Texas Rangers probably win that game, but I would pass on that one myself. Colorado taking on Chicago, guys, in Wrigley Field. You got Michael Lorenzen pitching for Colorado today, 2-8 with a 7.54 ERA. Shota Imanga pitching for Chicago, 4-6 with a 4.44 ERA. The line is set at over 9.5. Chicago Cubs are minus 224 favorites, and the wind is blowing out at 10 miles an hour. When the wind is blowing out anything over 8 miles an hour in Chicago at Wrigley Field, just know that that is going to be a launching pad out there. Chicago's one of the best hits, probably the best hitters park when the wind is blowing out. So I do like Chicago to win today. But the one spot I am looking at is the over 9.5 because Colorado just put up 20 plus runs on the Oakland A's. I know it was played in Las Vegas, in that smaller ballpark. By the same exact time, you just put up that many runs. And now you're going to Chicago where where the wind's going to be blowing out at 10 miles per hour. So I do think Chicago's going to be able to light up Lorenzen tonight. I think Chicago's going to score about 7 to 8 runs themselves. And all we need is Colorado to score about 3, maybe 2 runs themselves for us to hit the over 9.5. Like I said, I think Chicago puts up about 7 runs themselves. And all we need is Colorado to put up about 3. And I think after coming off that great display they did in Las Vegas, now they're going to Wrigley with the wind blowing out. I do think that Colorado is going to score a little bit of runs, at least 3, maybe even 4. And I do think Chicago's going to light them up today. So I like the over 9.5 in Colorado and Chicago. Detroit taking on Houston. Trey Milton pitching for Detroit, 3-0 with a 2.81 ERA. Houston Astros have K-Wei Tang pitching for them, 3-5 with a 3.71 ERA. Both these two teams are very underachieving. Detroit, I actually thought Detroit had a good chance of making the playoffs and actually having a World Series run. Can you make it slow, bro? You are too fast. I guess I can slow down. I'm from California, so one thing I've heard about people from California, we talk fast. That's what we do. That's just what we do. We talk fast. I'll try to slow it down, though. I will try to slow it down. But Detroit, Troy Melton, 3-0 with a 2.81 ERA. Houston have K-Wei Tang pitching, 3-5 with a 3.71 ERA. I would not bet that game. I would pass. I wouldn't bet that game at all. I'd pass personally. Everybody, if you guys are here, make sure you guys subscribe and click that thumbs up. Everybody subscribe and click that thumbs up. I appreciate you guys if you guys are here. Next game, Pittsburgh taking on the Oakland A's. Jared Jones pitching for Pittsburgh. Yeah, you're right, Thomas. You can always replay the video after, as I always post it after. I do always post it after, so I appreciate you, Thomas. Appreciate you. Pittsburgh Pirates, 1-0 with the 4.73 ERA. Going against Athletics, JT Ginn on the mound, 4-3 with the 3.15 ERA. This game's actually gonna be back in Sacramento. Wind is gonna be blowing out at 11 miles per hour. So the total is set at 10 runs, and I think that's kind of recency bias because how much runs were being scored in the Las Vegas ballpark for the Athletics. Now they're back playing in Sacramento. So personally, I would stay away from the total, and I don't want to bet this game personally. I would pass on that one. I'm leaning towards the Athletics to score a lot of runs today, but I don't want to bet it personally. I'd pass on that one. Angels taking on the Arizona Diamondbacks. Uh, Walbert Arena pitching for the Angels today, 4-4 with a 2.44 ERA. Ryan Nelson pitching for the Diamondbacks, 2-5 with a 5.19 ERA. The line is going to be set for the Angels being underdogs in the spot. Arizona is a minus 137 favorite. Over under is set at 9 even. I do think the Angels upset the Arizona Diamondbacks today. In Arizona, I think with Ryan Nelson being on the mound, I do think LA Angels or the Anaheim Angels are going to be able to score some runs against Nelson. I think Mike Trout is a good home run spot today. So I do like Mike Trout. The one home run I do try to give out at least one home run per day. And I do think Mike Trout hits a home run against the Diamondbacks. And I do think the Angels upset tonight. I'd like the Angels to win on the road. Now, last game, guys. Tampa Bay taking on the LA Dodgers. Thomas just told me the other day. He says I'm the Dodger whisperer. I'm a Dodger fan, and I feel like I get a lot of the games right. Like I feel like I have a good read on the Dodgers all year because I watch all their games. Like if I watch at least like 80% of the Dodger games. So Nick Martinez pitching for Tampa Bay, 6-2 with a 2.43 ERA. Dodgers have Eric Lauer pitching for them, 2-5 with a 5.47 ERA. Otani has been lighting it up recently, guys. I'm gonna tell you something right now. If we take Otani over 1.5 total bases every single game the rest of the season, he's about to make us rich. I swear, guys, he's about to make us rich. Over 1.5 total bases for Otani, damn near every game this season. Or take Otani one plus hit with the parlay piece that you like a lot. You will get rich off of that. I'm telling you, Otani's gonna make you guys some money this year with how good he's been playing recently. This guy was batting at like minus I don't know point 2.28. He was having a bad season. People were talking trash. Now this guy's been on a great run recently where he's actually have his average over 300 now. So the wind's blowing out at 9 miles per hour in LA. Then run line is set at or the over unders are set at 9.5. Dodgers are minus 186 favorites. I do think this game is going to go over because I think Tampa Bay is going to be able to score some runs against Eric Lauer, and I do think the Dodgers are going to be able to answer back, and I do believe they're going to score some runs as well. So I do like the over 9.5 in this spot, and I also like the Tampa Bay Rays to upset the Dodgers today. With Eric Lauer on the mound, Nick Martinez has been killing it for Tampa Bay, 6-2 with a 2.43. I do believe Nick Martinez is a bad matchup for the Dodgers. I think Otani's going to get off again today. I think Otani hits a home run, and I also probably think that Max Muncy can hit a home run as well today. But I do like Yandy Diaz as well. Yandy Diaz leading off for the Tampa Bay Rays. I think he's going to have a good game as well. But I do think Tampa Bay upsets the Dodgers today. That's what I do think today. But yeah, that's gonna be all for baseball today, guys. Like I said, only baseball. We have no hockey. We have no NBA. So we're gonna be talking about the World Cup. So later on tonight, tune in. Later on, I'm gonna go live. I'm gonna try to get on live, maybe like around 7:30, maybe 8 p.m. Pacific time. Talk about the World Cup games tomorrow. And like I said, I didn't bet anything on the World Cup today. I've been killing it the World Cup far, and I did not want to take anything today. And I'm so glad I stayed away from it because there's so much validity in the games today. Like Belgium, I wanted to take Belgium money line. Belgium 1-1 draw. I wanted to take Spain to win the game and Spain over 3.5 goals, but 0-0 draw. I wanted to also take both teams to score in New Zealand, Iran tonight. The game as it happens, maybe both teams score does hit. And I also wanted to take Uruguay to win the game in under 4.5 goals for that game. I think Uruguay wins that game 2-0, but I just felt something in my heart to say stay away from World Cup today, and I'm so happy I did because I would have had money for sure on Spain today, and they ended up drawing. But I did take Spain to win the World Cup this year, and I feel like a lot of people after Spain drawed with Cape Verde today. A lot of people are hopping off Spain. Everyone's saying, "Oh, Spain has no chance. They look too young. They had a bad game." What happened to Argentina last World Cup when they played against Saudi Arabia in the first game of the whole entire World Cup? Argentina lost the game to Saudi Arabia 1-0. They lost their first total game of the World Cup to Saudi Arabia. Everybody hopped off of Argentina, said Argentina has no chance now. Then Argentina didn't lose the game after. Messi scored a game every single game all the way up into the final, and then Argentina ended up winning the World Cup. I think the same exact thing's gonna happen for Spain. Spain had a wake up call today. Spain had went out there and got a 0-0 draw, and everyone's hopping off the bandwagon. I'm staying with Spain. I think Spain still does win the World Cup. They're gonna do exactly what Argentina did last time. But yeah, I appreciate you guys. Make sure you guys click that thumbs up. Everybody subscribe, turn those notifications on, and I'll be back on later live later on today to talk about the World Cup tomorrow. I see some good spots for tomorrow World Cup, so I believe we're gonna make some money. Let's go make some money in baseball today, guys. Go become a member of my Patreon page. That link is down in the description of this video. Like always, scroll down to the bottom of the description, click that link, become a member of my Patreon page, guys. We are up 70 units in the past 4 months. I had to tally yesterday. I believe it was a positive day again yesterday, but I got to tally it after Ilya Taporia ended up blowing our 3 unit play. But the one thing I always tell you guys, I always hedge my bet. So personally, myself, on that 3 unit play that I had with Taporia, O'Malley, and who was the other one? Taporia, O'Malley, and who was the other person? It wasn't Bo Nickel. Who was the other? Oh, and I can't remember, guys. I can't remember who even fought yesterday. I watched the whole entire thing. Oh yeah, and Josh Hokett. I had that 3 leg parlay, came down to Taporia, and I always tell you guys hedge your bets. I'm gonna probably make a video or just go live and teach you guys how to hedge bets because that 3 unit play, I had a 3 unit play on that 3 leg parlay at a -1 at a -125 or something like that. It came down to Taporia, and I got Gaethje. I took Gaethje's money line at a +350, and I put some money on Gaethje just in case it happened because I had a feeling. I don't know why. I thought Taporia was a lock of the whole day. I think everybody believed that. Taporia should have won that fight. Honestly, if you guys watched the fight after the second round, when Taporia was beating him to the body and Gaethje folded over, got hit to the body. He says, "Oh," and he rolls over. Taporia had a mental mistake. Taporia hopped on top and tried to finish the fight on top and try to get a submission. Where Taporia is one of the smartest fighters, and he's gonna learn from this, and he's gonna be champion again. Sometimes it takes you to lose a fight for you guys to learn something. And Taporia, he had a mental mistake. All he had to do was let Gaethje get back up, step back, let Gaethje get back up, go to the body again, and you would have finished him. He would have he had Gaethje done, but he had a mental mistake, and he ended up gassing himself out in the second round, trying to finish him on the floor and get submission. So like, it happens with all the best of them. Mental mistake by Taporia, and I believe he's going to be back, and I think he gets his title back against Gaethje. But like I said, I'm teaching you guys how to hedge because that 3 unit play you had for me yesterday, personally, I didn't lose anything on that. I know a lot of people on my Patreon probably lost my 3 unit play yesterday. We only bet we got right was Cyril Gone money line at a -110. But if you guys would just learn how to hedge your bets when it comes down to that last leg of your parlay, go bet the opposite side. Put something small on that to make sure you either win some money that's smaller or you get your money back and don't lose. That's something you guys got to learn to do. I do it all the time, and that's the reason why I don't lose a lot of money because I always hedge my bets on my last leg of my parlays. But I appreciate you guys. Like I said, click the thumbs up, subscribe. I'll be back later on tonight. Make sure you go click that link down in the description of this video. Scroll down to the bottom, click that link, become a member of the Patreon page. And Art Thomas, I appreciate you showing up like always, and I appreciate everybody that's here. Catch you guys later.